Okay, so it is November 1st, and that means it's time to do another one of these videos. Yeah, gosh. Where to start? So, yeah, it is November 1st. Last night was Halloween, of course, and it was nice, I guess. I was just teaching in an adult language class, and I dressed as, Okita Kancho from Yamato, and they wanted to take pictures with me, and they really got a kick out of that. It's great. So yeah, Halloween's become quite a big thing in Japan. Lots of Halloween snacks and stuff. Lots of like artificial trick-or-treats. I've been involved with some weekend jobs doing like Halloween parties with English schools and such. And so they have like these like simulated trick-or-treat things where they have like these designated houses to stop at to do trick-or-treating, and because it's really still kind of against, there's like this called kigane, which is like means like you are respectful of other people's feelings, and so you hesitate, and if you don't, then that's zuzushi, which is like kind of like imposing and intruding and such. And so Halloween is really zuzushi, right? Now, only one day of the year you can ask, kids can go around asking for candy. Any other time of the year, you ring somebody's doorbell and you're asking them for snacks or food or something or other, they're going to say, get lost. But that's just the American, or not American, but just the Western tradition is to celebrate Halloween. It's really unfortunate because it's become rather difficult in Japan. Lots of we want to have fun with kids, dressing up in costumes and cosplay and stuff, and just focus on having fun. Now, the first time I lived in Japan, I lived in Himeji, and so it's kind of close to Osaka. And in Osaka, they had what they called the Halloween party train, which would be on the Osaka Loop line, and they would just get together and have fun. I think at the time it was pretty innocent and harmless. And then the people in Tokyo, they copied the idea, and so they had with the Yamanote Loop line, the train line in Tokyo, and it was getting rather abrasive, and people would be like laying on the racks above the seats, and they're just acting like chimpanzees, and they were disrupting the regular commuters. What started out as just being kind of like, hey, let's just have fun, it became like really abrasive. And if you want to talk about white privilege, there's like what they would call as the foreigner privilege, where people, they come to Japan and they behave in ways that would get their asses kicked back home. But because Japanese people tend to avoid conflict and they try to, get along with everybody, typically speaking, culturally speaking, these people come here and they try to walk all over people, and that it's sick. Eventually, I do want to do a video on immigration and multiculturalism, and how much of it is a bunch of crap. But I'll do that later, I guess. So anyhow, the big news is that this past weekend in Shibuya, these people, they overturned a truck. They had like one of those little small little trucks, and yeah, it's really embarrassing. When I first saw that in the news, I was thinking, well, it must be a bunch of unruly foreigners, but no, it's actually Japanese people. And then bunch of like misdemeanor crimes being committed, like they had poured water into the vending machine, and it was a ticket vending machine at like a ramen restaurant, and it destroyed the machine. This is stuff that I don't see. I never saw this in the United States. Never heard of this kind of thing. And these are actually Japanese people who are doing this. And so it's really kind of really mortifying. And the funny thing is, tonight, my wife has the stupid news media, and I swear, I can't stand Japanese news media. 日本のアメポチマスコミは嘘ばかり。Fake news だからムカつく。They did this. They did this thing about, like, they were saying, oh, Halloween, and then they were saying, oh, it's a Christian festival. Okay. You know, where I'm from, all the Christian churches are like, oh, this is the Satan's holiday. It's just it's stupid on both sides. Yes, traditionally it was born from it's All Saints Day. I'm not a Catholic, but I think that's one of the holidays, and that's November 1st, and it was the day before that the people in Europe, they believed that the spirits of their deceased ancestors would come to visit, and that's why they had the jack-o'-lantern. It was like a light to beckon them, but it had a scary face, so it would ward away. It would protect the home from bad spirits, and it's kind of like Obon and Setsubun put together in one holiday here in Japan, or in the West, I should say. Yeah, those two Japanese holidays kind of put together. That's how I like to describe it. It's not so much of a Christian holiday anymore, but I guess it is maybe in Mexico. The Dias de las Muertes. I don't know. But that was rather disingenuous. And then, like, right after that, they were covering the caravan. And then they were talking to some Trump supporters, and had this guy. He was kind of like an easygoing guy. And then they had to dub his voice over. He's like, "Kuni hikaere," and it was like, that's not. You could look at his face, and you know that he was not upset, and he was not speaking like a complete jerk. But that's how they dubbed his voice over. Kuni hikaere means like, go back to your own country. Like really, really, really rough. And you could tell, just looking at his face, that's not his attitude, but that's just how they try to massage the news. So yeah, you got a really bad fake news thing here in Japan too. But I digress. I had fun. I always try to focus on Halloween as being a fun holiday for kids, especially kids, because that's mostly what it is. I mean, yeah, we have adult parties and stuff, and drink some booze and dress up as your favorite character or whatever. It's supposed to be about fun, not about property damage. That's the kind of stuff that you see Antifa doing, and I'm seeing Japanese people doing this. It's like, don't blame me on this. These are Japanese people doing it. So, anyhow, before I get started, Max. Yes, you, Max. You know those aprons that you paid me to get you? Those, I got you the Hasegawa and the fine molds aprons. You may notice you haven't received them yet. You may notice that I have this package here in my hands. These just might be aprons, but you may notice that your address is not on this package. Now, I have noticed that every time you leave a comment, I'm like, dude, give me your address. Dude, I respond to you. I think maybe you have your YouTube thing switched off where responses to your comments, you're not getting them, I guess. But I've also sent you private emails, and I'm not getting any response from you. Check your emails once in a while, because you haven't gotten this because you need to give me your address. Now, I think I know what your address is, but that was like a year ago, and I just need to make sure. I have to make everybody sit through this because you're not checking your email. I want to send this to you, but you got to work with me here. I'm not going to just mail this off and hope to get your address right. So yeah, okay, so that's that. First, I guess what I want to do, because I always forget to do this, let's do some channel recommendations. Now, I want to talk about Jim Paul Jr. Gosh, this guy is like really tearing it up. I know I had subscribed to him a while back, and I've been watching a whole lot of his videos. He's like really just a monster with lighting up model kits. Check out his channel. A lot of science fiction model kits. He says that he's not really into Star Wars, but he's been really going nuts with Star Wars kits. It's pretty cool. Take Off Models is a pretty neat channel, and Korean modeler, but he has subtitles in English. He does some really cool videos, so check it out. Now, he doesn't say anything, he just, just has the descriptions. I guess it's kind of bilingual. That's pretty cool. As for me, you're just going to get my voice. I'm not going to just... people really just knock themselves out with production value. Especially like a Scalaton. Man, that guy puts so much effort into his videos. I would never do anything. You wouldn't see hardly any videos from me at all, because I would get burned out trying to match the level of production quality that he does. So, let's talk about stuff I've gotten recently. Actually, before that, the stuff that I'm working on now. So you have seen, in October, the only thing I uploaded was a build video for this. Now, I have been recording some videos, but you'll see those later. The rear suspension on this thing is just, it's bonkers. So you have this axle here. Sorry, it's kind of shining a little bit too much here. There's this axle, and there's nothing above it to hold it in place. There's no parts that sandwich it to keep it in place. So you have to just kind of just glue it, and then just pull it down and have it set on this part here that goes along here, and hope for the best, because I'm sure if you push too much on it, it's going to snap loose, because there's nothing to hold that in place. Now, I'm feeling it pretty well, and I had to whittle down, sand down and expose the bare plastic just to get this thing to fit right. Normally, the glue can kind of eat through the plastic and kind of, meld it together anyways, regardless, but this time I had to just make sure that it really got solid, solidified. So now that this is finally done, I think I can just go ahead and just finish up this model. Hopefully by this weekend. Oh yeah, let me show you some stuff here. Now, I already have a couple of videos that I've already completed. They're in the queue. I just haven't bothered uploading them yet. F14. Now, this is, and I showed a little bit of this in the last video. This has raised panel lines, so it's kind of disappointing in that respect. But it's coming along fairly nicely. I am happy with what's going on with this kit. I'm doing some modification, like the ejector pull rings here. I know that my camera does not autofocus, but there you go. You can see the pull rings above their heads, so that's pretty nice. I fashioned that with just a bit of wire, and I painted them up. And F15J, and I've also done a little bit of some modification in that as well. But yeah, this is also coming along fairly nicely. Again, this is an older Hasegawa kit, so it's got raised panel lines. Now, they do have a retooled F15 kit, and I have it, and I've shown it before, but I just want to knock this one out before I even get started on that one. Now, I have 2 of these, and I am most of the way with at least 1 video so far, I think. I might try to just get them both done in just 1 video. I don't know. I'll have to see how much footage is recorded by now. It might be 2 videos, but I have 2 of these things. With the Hasegawa announcement of the Crusher Joe fighter, it got me like really excited to build these, and it really motivated me to get started on these. So yeah, this is just regular white, and I mentioned earlier in I think the previous video or so that Gaia Notes is coming out with Crusher Joe colors. That's so cool. But that's not until December, and I want to get these things done before then. So what I want to do, this is Mr. Color 110 Character Blue and 108 Character Red. I want to use these 2 colors on those, and hopefully put down the decals and they won't rip or shatter or any crap like that. Now Yuri, I've done the pre-shading on her. See, I got the cleavage here. I'm trying to do some pre-shading there. Can just kind of build up the regular flesh tone after that. It's ready to go with the regular flesh tone. And K. So here is K. I got a base. Oh, your bases belong to us. And so she just sits like so. Gotta super glue her into position. Now these are the vinyl kits, right? And so here you go. So she's kind of just stooping over like that. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have Yuri like so, and then put K here. And I think I have a video, the first video of K ready to go, so that might be the very next video you might see. Because the Yuri, I've done some more progress on her, but not a whole lot. So you might see K first, just a heads up. But yeah, hopefully I can get these done kind of simultaneously. Now, the Yuri, I have custom decal eyes for her. K, I'm going to have to hand paint those, so wish me luck. Oh gosh, what else? Something else I was looking at doing. Oh yeah, flanker's still kind of slowly going along. Oh, that's right. So I've had a request by Mick, and I think at least one other person. I think a Viking modeler was asking me, hey, let's do an extension. So yeah, let's extend this for like maybe the end of February instead of the end of December. Just give like 2 more months and it'll be a full year since when I first announced it. I think I announced it like March 1st or February 28th, I can't remember. But let's just do this in a full year and then we'll be done. The only thing I've done recently is I've kind of done a little bit of touch-up with the cockpit and such. I got something cool about flankers to show you coming soon. In this box, I've got my Enterprise. You know, the 1000 scale Enterprise. I got this out recently, and I'm like, dude, I really want to get back into this. I really do. I really want to get back into this because like I have like a whole new one that would look, you know, I would like to try to light it, maybe. But what else? The DeLorean, I need to prime that. I'll probably prime it when I prime the other, like those, the F-14 and the F-15. What else am I working on? I think that's pretty much it for now. Okay, so let me show you some neat stuff I've gotten lately. First, it's not a model, but it's model related. This is really cool. I think I'm gonna do an actual video on this. I know, like Steve SMKR, he's been doing a bunch of modeling books. I've got, I could do a bunch of modeling books, and I know people are interested in seeing that. Like for example, I've got Macross modeling. I've got Yamato. I have like a bunch of Yamato. Like at least 3 Yamato modeling books that I can show you. This is so cool. Ukrainian Air Force Su-27 flankers. Now, oh gosh, now I have it's a limited edition, and I really lucked out when I found it. That was a year ago almost. I think it was like December of last year. Hasegawa's Su-27. They had a limited edition with the Ukrainian digital camouflage scheme. That was going up considerably in cost, and I got it at Hobby the Tomi in Maebashi City. Cool store. And anyhow, so you can't get that anymore, but there is a place that what is it? I forget the name of the company, but they are selling maskings for to do the Ukrainian digital camouflage. That's pretty cool. So anyhow, I'm going to do an actual video on this, because this is just, it's really, really cool. Lots of great pictures. And I think the actual digital camouflage, yeah, here it is. The number 100. This is the actual plane that the Hasegawa one is based off of. So that's pretty cool. Okay. This is really great. Oh gosh. I was at the Book Off Super Bazaar in Maebashi City, and this was maybe about 3 weeks ago. It was Friday night, and we were selling a bunch of books, and I sold some Gundam kits I wasn't interested in, and I figured I was never gonna I was never gonna build them, so I just went ahead and sold them. Anyhow, I was at the Book Off Super Bazaar. Now they have like this fairly decent sized model selection, and I picked up the legendary 1/48 scale Su-71 Blackbird by Testers, which I think it's technically Italeri did the molding, but it was kind of like a joint, like a collaboration between the two companies. This kit is gibungous. Holy crap. I mean, like, this is about as big as the Hasegawa one that I'm slowly working on as well. And by the way, since I got this, I'm like, dude, I want to get the Hasegawa one done. The 72nd scale. Whew. But yeah, this thing is just, it is huge, enormous. And I got some neat things to go with this. In fact, where are they? Let me tell you. Hold on. Pause the camera. Oh, wait, no, that's not it. Ah. No, that's not it either. Turkey legs. Oh wait, I think I found it. Yeah, here it is. Okay. So this is aluminum. This is the pitot tube. I don't know how to pronounce that. But this is it's a aluminum and plastic together. So this is a replacement part for this kit. And also, I picked up, because I was looking at some reference photos online and comparing it to the console in this kit. It's not bad, but not really the best. I picked up this, and by the way, both of these I got these off of eBay. Squadron Products makes a resin replacement cockpit, and it has ejection seats, resin ejection seats, as well as the consoles and such. And I got this for like, it was only like $12 US or something or other. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, I only for this big 1/48 scale kit, I only paid like 4,000 yen, or just under 4,000 yen, which is like roughly about, I'm guessing currently about maybe $35 US. And that is cool. The one thing I've heard about this is that you have to be really careful with the decals, and it might get to the point where I might need to buy, I might have to look up some replacement decals maybe, if these are just unusable. I don't know. I've only, one person said that he went through like 3 replacements or something like that before he finally got one that works. That was on one forum I was on, but this thing normally goes for like maybe 2 or 3 times the amount that I paid for. Like maybe like I've seen these go for like between $80 to $100 or so US on eBay. So yeah, I got this and I'm like, wow, holy crap. So that was like on a Friday, and then the next day, Saturday, I did one of those Halloween things with the kids and such, and I was in Fujioka, and I've never really been to that city before, and it is south of Maebashi in Gunma Prefecture, and since I was down there, I'm like, well, let's check out some hobby shops down there, because I had just gotten paid rather handsomely for that, doing the work down there. So I went to one shop, and I can't remember what it was called, but I might try to do a video of the store, because I talked to the guy. He's a super nice guy. He tends to overprice stuff that it's not, just because manufacturer has stopped making a certain kit doesn't mean that the demand, the whole supply and demand, the price, he's just kind of like jacks it way up, expecting to make lots of money off of it. And so I'm like, yeah, he had some stuff I was interested in, but like the Daryl attack carrier from Yamato, $21.99, he had it for like over 10,000 yen or something like that. Just an incredible amount of money. It's like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to buy that, but he had something in his store, and oh gosh, it's like, have you seen the Napoleon Dynamite, or I think the uncle, what's his name, he pulls out that ship in the bottle, right, and the woman, she's like, I want that. That's how I felt when I saw this. Oh my gosh. Now this is something that he had that he did not know what he had, because with everything else that was like going way up in price artificially, this thing, I got it for a really good deal. Shrink wrapped, factory sealed. Now this is not monogrammed. This is the Tsukuda reboxing. The Buck Rogers Starfighter. Mint condition. Now I already have one. I got mine. It was just this is the 3rd one I found in the wild here in Japan for a decent price. The first time I was in Shimokitazawa, okay, in the Tokyo area, paid like 5,000 yen for it. Not too bad. Kind of a beat up box. The next time I was at a hard off in Kofu in Yamanashi Prefecture, and it was just sitting on a shelf with a bunch of other models, and it was like 2,000 yen. And I'm like, yoink. Whew. And that's what I've taken the parts off the sprues, and I'm, you know, kind of doing dry fits and kind of thinking about how I'm going to light up the cockpit and stuff, because it really needs to be lit up. Ow, how much did I buy this for? Oh god, it's right there. 4,725 yen. So, yeah, I'm going to flip this on eBay. I'm not going to price gouge. I'm just going to say, hey, you know, what can I get for this? You know, maybe start it at like $60 or something, just to see, and just let it, you know, let the demand set the actual price instead of just gouging. But I'm guessing I'll probably get over $200 US for this thing. Brand new, shrink wrapped and everything, in perfect condition. There's a little bit of like mildew on here or something. That I can wipe that off real easy. Wow. Wow. Yeah. So that was one store I went to, and I'm like, thank you. And then the next store I went to, it was like at dusk, and the store, I can't remember the name, but it was like like I said, it was at dusk, and I drove past it. I'm like, is this place even open? It looked dark inside, but I stopped my car, and I'm like, hey, are you open? He's like, yeah, I'm open. Very, very different. And I want to do a video, and I talked to the guy. He's totally cool with me doing a video of this store. He's got like this track lighting. It's not like fluorescent overheads. It's just like this real ambient type of track lighting. To be honest, I had a hard time seeing some stuff. It was like really dark in there, but it was kind of cool. You know, it was kind of like, you know, just going to get like a cup of coffee. It was almost had that atmosphere of like a coffee house or something or other. But it's really modern, like really beautiful shelves and stuff. And he had stuff that you don't see very often. Like, he had the DeLorean Back to the Future from Part 3 that comes with like the I think it's resin figure, I think, of Marty, and for a decent price. And it was tempting, but you know, I saw something else there though that I was like, yeah, I want it. And so yeah, I ended up blowing like about half of the money I had gotten for that day for the work. But you know, at least if I sell the Buck Rogers Starfighter, that's gonna help pay for, you know, stuff for my daughter's room. I'm gonna kind of renovate her room a bit. Well, not renovate, but you know, just get a bunch of furniture for her room. Anyhow, this is what I found at that store, dude. You know, this is the Daryls. Now, the previous shop, they wanted like I said, it was like over 10,000. I think it was like 18,000 yen or some crazy like that. I'm like, no. And then I found this at the next store for like cheaper than list price. I think I was like maybe 4,000 yen, maybe even that much. I'm not even sure. But the Daryl, this is the one I wanted so much. And I got it. Oh my gosh. And look at it. It's got the lights and everything. It's so cool. Like, I watched Dorobo Hige. He's got like, when he attaches this, it actually switches the lights on. And he figured out how to like rotate this thing so like the cannon will like rotate into position, or you can, you know, rotate it so that like the lights are lit up instead. It's just amazing. Check out his YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure that's where he had it. But yeah, oh my gosh, I got this. Dude. Oh man, that was exciting. What else? And it's, you know, October. I had vowed that I wasn't really going to get anything during October, or just like very minimal. The R4i9, the Bandai kit of this guy, has been delayed. It was supposed to be out the last part of October, but it's expected in November, so I don't have that to show you. However, what else? What else? Last weekend. Oh, this is cool. That's right. Last weekend, I did stop by. I did another one of those Halloween jobs in Maebashi, and then just down the street from there is the hobby shop Mulsanne, and I'll show you what I got there. It's over here. Okay, so wrong kit. Okay, sorry. This was like 1,000 yen, and I'm like, yeah, totally, yeah, 1,070 yen. It's just a collection of the vehicle collection, the Y-Wing and the X-Wing, because I'm like, you know what, why not, right? I think it's kind of cool. It has like this double, whatever. So I got that. I picked up this. Now this is something, it's a limited edition, egg plane, and this came out a while back, but this is the Mitsubishi F2, which is essentially like an F16, but it's slightly cosmetically different. This is a double kit. You get 2 kits in one, and the decal sheet is pretty great. So yeah, actually, you can see like here on the vertical stabilizer, you have like these cherry blossoms on this one, and you have this other one here. Let me get the decals here. There we go. So yeah, these are your options: the cherry blossoms or this one. It's got like a prize, and it's really cool, really neat. And just today, I stopped by my local hobby shop, and I picked this up on a whim, although it's something that I've been wanting to get. This is the Bandai retooling of the Nausicaa with Ulma. Now, I had done a video series on that, and I never got around to really completing the diorama, because I figured maybe I was just going to get the Bandai one instead. So it's very much the same kind of a thing, but this is not hollow though. This is totally hollow inside. This one is not. It has like this internal structure that the parts kind of snap onto. But I think it'd be cool to have the lights. I don't know if you can like fade them between red and blue, if that's possible. I don't know. But yeah, there's that. So yeah, this the face on here though is way better than the one that comes with that one. Molded in like this green plastic, but it's a snap kit. If you want to have the torpedoes and stuff sticking out of it, you have to drill like a 3.5mm hole. The eyes are on snap pegs, so it's like, I mean, if you want to light them up, you would probably want to drill these out and just glue the eyes on, and just make sure you have like enough light to shine into all of these. You know, I don't know. But yeah, this is a pretty neat kit, and it has decals for Nausicaa's eyes, so you don't have to try to paint those. Because when I did it, it looks kind of dumb. When it's that small, it looks kind of stupid. All right, so I'm gonna show some other stuff. Well, here's some stuff I've gotten this month, some tools and such. This is the bit blades. This is by God Hand. These are bit blades. You put these in your pin vise, and they're for carving and such. It comes in a variety of sizes. Right here it says you just put it in like a pin vise made by Tamiya or whatever. That's what it's used for. So yeah, different sizes. So it's got from 1mm up to 3mm. I got some more of these oil brushers. I have yet to use any of these, but this is Starship Bay Sludge. The other one I have that I got a couple of months ago, but I think in July, was Starship Filth, and this one is Starship Bay Sludge, just a little bit different color. And I got Space Purple. Isn't that cool? These three, yeah, let me show this first here. These three are the same. I got 3 of these. These are ejection seats for an F-15 or an F-16. And these are made by Pavla Models. A few months ago I picked up Pavla Models cockpit interior for Itolleri's Su-34. And so that's what these are here. I picked up 3 of them. I got these all the stuff off of Hobby Link Japan, and these are only like 230 yen or something like that each. It's like really cheap. Also off of Hobby Link Japan, I picked up the Edward photo etch set for the Bronco P40C that Event Horizon Mark was so kind to send to me. So yeah, this photo etch looks really great, especially because, like, for example, there are no decals. There are no decals whatsoever for the dials and such that come with that kit. So here you have them in photo etch form, so that's really great. So yeah, lots of neat little details on there. Actually, I picked this up at my local hobby shop. I didn't get this off of Hobby Link Japan. That's why, you know, I have a price tag there. But yeah, that's what I got. I picked this up at the hobby show, actually. I forgot to include this in my previous video, but on the second day of the hobby show, I bought some stuff at the Beaver booth, which is, you know, essentially Hobby Link Japan. And I got this. This is the 1/72nd scale North American P51D Mustang. This is a blue-nosed bastard here. Pretty neat looking model. And at my local hobby shop this month, I picked up this. This is by Tamiya. This is another blue-nosed bastard, P51D Mustang. And I'll show you the differences between the moldings of these 2 kits. So here you have 2 different models of the same subject. Now, of course, it's going to be a little bit different. The decals are a little bit different. But, first things first, actually, you notice that you can do the blue nose one here, or you have another variant here as well. So let's look at the Tamiya one first. So you're not going to get any blue decals for the nose or anything like that. You're just going to get these, you know, standard decals, and the white and black stripes actually go to, oh wait, where did they go to? So, oh, maybe this is the green one that you just saw, and this one is, yeah, the black and white decals here. So actually you get 3 choices here. So this, of course, this is the blue nose one, which I think is just really striking looking. And this one looks really nice too, but yeah. Apparently AS6, AS12, yeah, same coloring as this one and this one, apparently, which is a little bit different. But anyhow, so let's just look at the parts here. So Now this one has a special, it's a different looking box than the other ones. This is made in the Philippines. It says on the box. So this is the Warbird Collection number 49. Recessed panel lines. Rivets are nice. Now here you have the wing is just all one. Apparently, you just have everything on one runner here. The engines here, these are separate parts. The instrumentation, which I believe there is decal that goes on top of that. So, yeah, there you go. Now the Airfix one. Let's take a look at the instructions first. Oh crap! Phew! Good thing there's nothing in there. There's a little dish I have. If it was full of water, it would have soaked the decals right away, and that would not be good at all. Okay, so the Airfix one, it looks like you just have just one option. Only one decal option. Now I went ahead and opened this up, but gosh, I really like the feel of Airfix plastic. I really do. So here is the canopy. I guess we can compare the two canopies. This one has some polycaps. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but yeah, look pretty similar. So with the Airfix, you get a choice. You can have the flaps posed. So the size of these are pretty much identical. Yeah, not. I think Airfix wing is just very slightly longer, but not much really to notice. But yeah, you get optional posable flaps here. That's a nice touch. Again, you get nice panel lines. I think this is a newer tooling actually as well. I think this one is fairly recent, both of them, I suppose. But this one I think just came out in the past couple of years, if I recall correctly. I might be mistaken. I'm not a real Airfix fanboy, but I do enjoy. I haven't even built one yet, but I want to definitely change that. So on the inside of the wing here, this is where the wheel wells should be, I suppose, right? How is that represented in the Tamiya one? Is that what, that's not what that is it? You know, I'm not even entirely sure how that's supposed to go. Pause. Okay, I got it figured out. Alright, so yeah, it's just differently made, I suppose. So here you have the inside here, and then you got it here as well. So I would say the Tamiya looks a little bit more detailed, a little bit more intricate, but kind of like the, I don't know, I just like the feel of Airfix plastic, I guess. So let's compare the fuselages here. So, alright, here we go. Alright, so here is the Tamiya one. Nice sharp detail, but then again, the Airfix has really sharp detail as well. Size is more or less identical. And so you got this nice detailing out here, and it's also present here. And it's hard to say which is better, but they both have really nice rivets. Rivet. So yeah, both kits are pretty nice. I'd like to do a dual build of these someday. So before I get started with emails and such, for those of you who use Gmail, have you noticed something that's kind of weird? And this is just a feature that was automatically enabled on my email account. It has like these automatic suggestions for replying to email. I guess there's some sort of an AI that will analyze what the email is and gives you suggestions on how to respond. So like you don't have to like hurt your fingers typing the first few words of your response, or maybe just push the button, leave it as a short response, and then hit send for like really lazy people. Or like, just take a look at this here. I sent this to myself just to test out the AI here. So the topic is kitty bits. Hey, I was thinking it might be cool to put a kitten in my microwave oven and explode it. Do you think that would be cool? You want to see pics of it? So that would be cool, sure, or I don't think so. Did it pick up on the fact that the email was about shoving cats into microwave ovens? And that's why it says I don't think so? I mean, what is this? This is so bizarre. It creeped me out. I found out a way you can just disable it if you get to the options, and you don't have to see this anymore, but that is just freaking weird, man. Totally weird. Okay, so this is therapy time here. This is the kind of crap you have to deal with when you have a fairly large YouTube channel. Alright, so the first idiot is Troll Tool. If Japan on war, I bet every mecha are move. Okay. Really? Okay. Okay, yeah. Alright, next. Alright, so, by the way, this is about the hobby show coverage. Focus could have been way better. So I said, I promise to never upload another one of these videos just to make self-entitled shitheads like you happy. And he's like, no, just look at other people who upload things from other Comic-Cons and Game-Cons. Don't get offended, just do better. Okay, Comic-Cons, Game-Cons. Alright, so I see where this guy's coming from. I'm like, no, just give me $400 immediately, or STFU. You know, I had it. I was really getting burned out with the amount of crap that I got, just because my camera does not autofocus. There is a camera I'm looking at getting, because I kind of like these Nikon or Nikon Coolpix cameras, and there's one that's a little bit larger, and I don't know if it can auto refocus on the fly while recording video or not, but I'm going to take my SD camera to the electronics store and do a bit of testing myself just to see if it works or not. So, yeah, again, this guy has zero substance on his channel. Another guy, Hideki. Is this guy Japanese? Out of focus. Yeah. I said, I'll never again upload another one of these videos. Go ahead and puke in the toilet and rinse your mouth out after having seen my terrible video. It'll never happen again, I promise. Got a thumbs up for that. I don't know if this guy thumbed it up or not. Anyhow, he's an asshole. Again, this is the hobby show. Foggy's friend says, never seen so much crap in a small place, rivaled only by my local landfill site. Really, what brought him to this video? I mean, why would he even click on this video if he hates models so much? What the heck is wrong with this guy's brain? Oh, look at this. Peridimus responded after like 3 weeks. This is another guy. I said, look, you know, you do your own videos or give me the money to buy a new camera, because I'm sick of you guys. And then his response was, "Jeez." Jeez. That's kind of an aggressive answer for just commenting. Says a lot more about you than me, sir. Yeah, no, I'm just get really sick of these self-entitled people. Like, all they do is, it's not a comment, okay? It's a gripe. If this guy doesn't know what the difference between a comment and a gripe is, then he sucks. Okay, so this is the previous video, update video I did. This is by Ricky Perry. OMG, please, no offense, just an observation, but you just ramble on about nothing like my ex-wife, lol. Vasily. He said, see you in the douchebag sections next month, lol. Good call. Yeah. And so here you are, congratulations. Yeah. So, yeah, I said, I seem to recall watching a video of some dude who all he did was complain about other people and bitch like a stupid kid. Then there was some woman in the comment section who said, OMG, all this guy does is complain about people like a droll sourpuss. He reminds me of my ex-husband, Ricky Perry. He was such a poop-ass who always found fault with others and couldn't say anything without criticizing others. God, I want to puke every time I think of his stupid face. I've had better conversations with my douchebag. And then the guy also, like, in a totally not connected to anything, he just commented, I am there now, lol. What the hell are you talking about? Where are you? Rambling on about nothing again, are you? You remind me of your ex-wife. Ricky Perry, you suck. Alright, so let's talk about some emails that make me happy. Now, this is by David Jones, and actually I got this in September. So I kind of missed this on the last time around. David Jones says, always watch your videos. You have inspired me to get into the hobby again. Last time I made a kit, I must have been about 13, or, oh, sorry, about 14, which is 34 years ago. Your builds are amazing. Why, thank you. I'm just happy just to, you know, if I can inspire people to get into the hobby, then that's great. That makes me happy. Actually, I've recently been contacted by a guy in Honduras, and he is looking to get into the hobby, but he doesn't have any hobby shops in his country, so I'm kind of just talking to him about that. It's really cool getting to meet people from around the world and just talk about the hobby. It's nice. It's really nice. So this is a comment that I had left on another channel. This is by the Waggish American, and he did this really nice Airfix Messerschmitt kit, and he made some mistakes in the video, and I'm like, you know, it's really refreshing to see someone else who makes mistakes and is not afraid to show them. And I told him, you know, I just subscribed to your channel, and it turns out that this guy watches my stuff. And he likes my silly videos, and he said that while I've enjoyed many of your builds, I'm honestly a bigger fan of the fact that you are a modeler who isn't afraid to be politically outspoken. Most politically public modelers seem to be like Spencer Pollard, and it's very refreshing to find a model maker with views so similar to mine. Now, I don't know really much who Spencer Pollard is. I asked him who it was, and he's the editor of Model Airplane International magazine, and so I guess he spends all of his Twitter time bashing the president. And well, I know Scott Hards, the president of HobbyLink Japan. I kind of just gave up following him on Twitter because he spent a heck of a lot of time with like really left-leaning kind of stuff, I guess. And I'm like, you know what, if this is all he really does, and you know, whatever. But which leads to the next thing I want to talk about. Now, this guy actually ended up deleting his comments, so, you know, I will respect him by not mentioning him. I didn't take any screen grabs of his comments. So, you know, if he left it up, it'll be fair game, just like anybody else. But he ended up backing off on this. But the last video I had done about fake news, about false flags, the Star Wars video I did, this guy, again, not to name names, he started complaining. He's like, oh, well, this is not so he was like, oh, this is not an appropriate place to be discussing conspiracy theories and politics and blah, blah, blah. And my response is like, oh, what are you talking about? This is my channel. And like, oh, no, this is a place for modeling and stuff. I'm like, it's YouTube, you know, which is like me, not like what you decide, but you as in like all of us, we get to set our own course. And he didn't quite understand that at first, apparently. And I'm like, look, you know, if you don't like what I have to say, you know, what did I say? I said you specifically clicked on a video that obviously had nothing to do with modeling, and then you complain that it has nothing to do with modeling. You know, nobody's forcing you to watch these videos. If you don't like what I'm saying, you just don't click. Why do you feel obligated to click it and then complain about the content of the video? You know, I swear, every time I do a video of like going around Japan, like I did the driving video, I've had like maybe 1 or 2 dislikes on that already. It's like, well, what do you expect? Okay, so makes me wonder, what did this guy object to that? Because it's not modeling. This is not a so-called modeling channel. Alright. This is an extension of my website, stevethefish.net, and on that website you see video games, you see models, and you have a whole lot of stuff about just life experiences and opinions on such. This is not a channel called Model Master, you know, or the model expert hero man, or Super Saiyan modeler. His modeling level is over 9,000. No, it's just an extension of my website. So I don't promise to always make modeling videos. It's just that 90% of the stuff I upload happens to be that way. And I told this guy, like, well, what about all the hundreds of subscribers that I had accumulated just by doing video game stuff? I mean, maybe it's not fair to them that I don't do video game stuff anymore, but I don't hear them complaining that I no longer do video game videos. So, you know, it's my channel. I can do whatever I want. And I think he realized that he was being a doofus, and he deleted his comment, which then deleted the whole thread. So hopefully I got through to him. But he was like, because I had said, you know, if you don't want to watch the videos, don't watch them. And he was like, well, if you want me to unsubscribe, just let me know. And I'm like, if you're an adult, you can decide what you want to do. I said, like, if I wanted to, I could even block you, and you wouldn't be able to comment on my videos or anything. It used to be that you would just, once you block somebody, they can't see your stuff, but YouTube has kind of gotten softer about that. But I didn't even see a point in even blocking the guy, even though he was trying to dictate to me what I should and should not do with my own channel. And so yeah, just bizarre, really bizarre. So he finally realized, I hope, that he was being a doofus, so he backed off. So I don't even really mind if people disagree with me, if they can do so without insulting me and actually having an intelligent point. I am completely fine with that. You know, just like I mentioned, the president of HobbyLink, Scott Hards, I get along with him just fine. You know, I never were like, hey, I don't think you should be saying this because, you know, blah blah blah, I disagree with you, that's stupid. Funny thing is that, I mean, like, with people, I find that people who are rather left-leaning, they get rather upset very easily, you know, the whole trigger thing. And it's just really, it's funny because I'm sure that the same guy, if he was seeing another video that was saying the same type of things that aligned with his political leanings, he wouldn't have a problem with that at all. He wouldn't be upset and saying, "Oh, you shouldn't say this on it," because he would be like, "Yeah, good for you. Yeah, I agree with you." So, but if they hear something that they disapprove of, that they disagree with, then that's when they get all freaked out. And gosh, it's kind of cold in here. So what was I saying? Yeah, they just get kind of like really easily upset. Boy, it sure is cold in here. I'm just going to... Yeah, here we go. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, that's right. They just get so upset very easily. So, yeah, how about that Elizabeth Warren, huh? It's so funny that she took a blood test that proved that she has no Native American blood pretty much whatsoever, and yet she had said, "Aha, I have you now. If you see, I do have Native American blood." It's funny, like my grandmother on my mom's side of the family, she said that when she was researching genealogy, that we may possibly have like some Jewish blood in our family, like dating back from like before, you know, our ancestors had migrated from Germany or whatever, like hundreds of years ago, right? But am I going to be like, oh, my people are oppressed and, you know, my people are persecuted just because I may possibly be like this much Jewish? No, I don't bother with that whatsoever. So that is what cultural appropriation, like real cultural appropriation, is. It's not about a white guy who's, you know, making Mexican food or whatever. That's silly. The harmful cultural appropriation is like what you see with what Elizabeth Warren is doing. Stupid. Hey, speaking of cultural appropriation, how's this? I picked this up at the mall here. Look at this. This is gonna just offend people. It says love, and that's nice. This is the manji. It's not a swastika. It's the manji. Okay, this is the symbol of the universe. Okay, this is actually traces its roots back to Hindu, and I think also in ancient Greece as well. So now cultural appropriation is when the Nazis appropriated this symbol. They switched it around, and then they turned it into something evil. So yeah, bunch of crap. So yeah, I don't mind people. Actually, I rather enjoy people who I disagree with if they have good, valid points. Case in point, coworker of mine, the guy who gave me the Xbox 360, turns out he's kind of like a real socialist type, but yet I get along with him. Like I really enjoy having awesome conversations with him because he's far more thoughtful than the other people who apparently they all voted for Hillary Clinton. And this guy is, even though I'm certainly not left leaning like he is, I side on the side of liberty, and that means that the socialism, all that end of the spectrum is just out of the question for me. At the same time, he and I will both agree that the oligarchs and the crony corporatism and all that needs to stop, and how corporations are basically ruining people's lives, and so we certainly have that in common. So I really do enjoy talking with him quite a lot, even though I disagree with him on some rather important issues. So that's what the whole conversation, you know, the openness is all about. And apparently this is like really deteriorating, not only in the United States, but pretty much everywhere. It's just really sad. I hate how that's going, but it seems like there is a lot more of a force of liberty that is going on. You know, make Brazil great again. Gosh, that's really, I'm really happy to see the results of the elections in Brazil with their new president. Really hope that that things are going to be going well for Brazil after that. We saw the same thing happen with Italy. Um, yeah, hopefully. And Merkel, Hitler's daughter, is she's stepping down in Germany. So yeah, let's make Germany great again. Let's just move forward to a good, positive future. But I won't use the word progressive though, because yeah, I totally disagree with the progressive movement and their, how they started out with complaining about the human weeds and, having to exterminate people. Look it up. Pretty evil stuff. So, anyhow, again, I'm rambling, but I enjoy rambling, I guess, and I only do this like maybe once a month. So, there you have it. Going back to modeling, I have... I don't know, I haven't heard from him in quite a while, but I have been in discussion with doing the Klingon Katinga as a sponsored build on this channel. Although I haven't heard from the guy in quite a while. So I think he's been busy. I've confirmed with other people online that he's still around. I always get kind of wary or kind of apprehensive when I just lose communication with them. Ever since like about 6 years ago, I had a good friend in Canada. I got along with him great, and then he stopped emailing me, and it turns out he died in a really horrible car accident that made the national news in Canada. This is like in 2012 or so. He died Christmas Eve, and his 2-year-old daughter survived the car wreck with a broken arm. So with Jerry, it's like, did he have a heart attack? Did a meteorite fall on him? I have no idea. But supposedly, he's going to be giving me the Klingon Katinga bipolar lights plus the lighting kit when that becomes available. So when that happens, I'm going to be like just dropping whatever I'm doing and just, try to go full speed ahead on that build. Saturday, I am going to the Iruma Air Base in Saitama Prefecture, and I want to go see an air show for the first time, and so I'll be able to see Blue Impulse in person, the Blue Impulse stunt flying team, so that'll be really cool. It is the next day, and I had to cut out the last part of the video because I have a bit of an addendum. Got a word back, finally, from Jerry. It's been about a month, but he let me know he's doing okay, and he is catching up with email and such. So, and also, first of all, I'm really relieved that he's doing well, and second of all, because he's doing well, the Katinga is coming out in early November sometime. So you can expect to see Polar Lights, 350 scale Star Trek Klingon Katinga build on this channel. It'll be a sponsored build with HDA Model Works, so I'm really happy about that. So once that starts, I'm going to try to focus on that, because he's going to want to try to kind of direct customers towards my channel to show people how to build stuff, because he's going to be getting a lot of questions perhaps. So I'm going to try to do that in a little bit different format, maybe just not so much as like the audience of people who would normally watch my videos, but maybe kind of introducing myself, I guess, to people who may not be aware of my channel. So expect to see that, and I'm going to probably be focusing 90% of modeling time on completing that. Tomorrow is Saturday. I'm going to the Iruma Air Base, and I'm hoping maybe I can get this Blue Impulse model kit signed. That would be pretty cool if I can get that to happen. Although I don't know if I'm gonna bring that though. I don't know. I'll think about it. But anyhow, so yeah, do that. I'm going to be doing probably, you're going to see some model related book reviews. You're going to see the F-14 Tomcat build stuff, and definitely you can count on more videos of me criticizing the weaponized media. So I will continue to encourage people to think for themselves and to reject the fake news industrial complex, which seeks to promote war, social strife, class envy, chemical drug addictions, and all of that. I will not back off from that. If you really are upset with that, I would recommend getting one of these. Box of tissues. So, in the meantime, for everybody else, thanks for watching. As always, live long and prosper. May the force be with you. So long. Thanks for all the fish. Goodbye.